Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia. Quick update on the Donetsk front. So if you're not sure, if you are not very well acquainted with the geography, Donetsk front is here. So in Donetsk front, yesterday I reported that the Russians have captured Shataske and Novokrenka. The information is wrong, because I misread it. The ministry, so actually I actually even wrote it here. They reached the border of Novokrenka and Sheterskoye. So I actually made a mistake and I indicated it wrongly. So sorry for the fake news. uh so they actually reached the border of this line. The Russian call it a line, Chetaske and Novokrenka. So this defense line is a coherent one. So the Russians are now fighting at this position against the Ukrainian 54th separate mechanized brigade. The reason I know this is because the Russians said so. So I actually don't know. Because I do not follow the units. So for those that are interested, yeah, this is the 54th separate mechanized brigade. They are currently fighting there. Uh, However, the Russian forces actually captured Vuleda. Uh, according to the report, they actually call it the DPR forces. Let me edit it. Give me a while. Vuleda. Hey. Okay. So the official report did not write this in. So this information come from a Russian source. So I do not have this statement from the official Russian ministry, but this information is from Russian sources, those pro-Russian channels, Telegram channels. So the Russian forces captured Uleda, and then they are currently engaged at the Shateske and Novokrenka. On this side, oops, wrong color. The TPR forces, according to the Russian official briefing, I should really add this in. Uh, okay, sorry for this not very smooth quick update. So DPR forces actually, according to the Defense Ministry, the People's Militia of the Donetsk Republic destroyed a company of the 53rd Separate Mechanized Brigade, and then they took complete control of Taramchuk and pursues the retreating enemy. This is according to the um, Russian Defense Ministry. So if this is the case, then I start to understand one of another statement that I saw, like, is that there is actually fighting at Stepney. Because just now I was wondering, how come there's this oops, let's put it in blue. So yeah. So this is what I have. So the DPR forces took control of Taramchuk, but however, I think they're still fighting at Stepney. The Russian forces took Vuleda, and then they are not currently fighting at Shataski and Novokrenka with a mechanized brigade. So this is the current picture here of the Donetsk front, and looks like it's going to be a very coherent very strong defense by the Ukrainians. So uh just to add, there's not a lot of other updates today, other than there's the Russian forces now reached the outskirts of Lysychansk, and it seems to be starting their invasion of the Lysychansk. So they are actually in the northern outskirt, and then they're actually going to start their fighting in Lysychansk soon. So just a quick update on that. As I just want to address something that is unrelated to the Donetsk front. There is there's comments saying that I'm being unbalanced because I never report the massive retreat by the Russians in Mykolaiv region. The reason is that there's technically no source to confirm that. I can barely agree to put Vonesenssk in full Ukrainian control, because there's also not enough information. I know there seems to be an interview or something, and then and then also the report, they say they destroyed the Russian forces over here. But I'm not sure how am I going to change this, because it isn't very clear to me. But there is, of course, a huge possibility that this actually happened, that these forces is actually wiped out. However, there is no other reports in terms of like the Ukrainians taking Nova Odessa or wiping out the forces at Kashpero, Mykolaiv. So all this, the lack of information makes it very difficult for me to just wipe out everything. So that's one thing. The only one that is like really confirmed was this the Posad-Porovsky. So I have to stick to the way how I update until I have solid information. I don't do hearsays. And I want to add on to then another one that they say was in Kiev. They say the Ukrainian forces take a lot of have this massive counter offensive or something, and then they actually took back a lot of territory or something. The truth is there's actually no evidence of that. So the only one is that they actually this is my notes. This from this pro-Ukrainian channel. They say that the armed forces of Ukraine returned more than 30 settlements under its control near Kiev, and in some areas managed to push back enemy troops 70 kilometers from the capital. So, but where is what city, what town, there's no clear information, and there's no clear direction as to what actually did they capture. What do you mean by 30 in which direction? What are the places? Say some places push back 70 kilometers. In which direction? This actually matters a lot, because right, for you guys who are very pro-Ukrainian, like super pro-Ukrainian or very anti-Russia, you have to understand that I have to map this place. You cannot just say go back 70 kilometers. You know how big is 70 kilometers? 70 kilometers is this much. Am I going to cut the entire cut this entire thing? Then that will totally disregard a previous report that all these positions were actually announced by the Ukrainians. So if the Ukrainians have took out all these positions, do you think they will not have celebrated? They will not have said that, oh yeah, we took the Antonov International Airport or Hostomel or Bucha. They would have celebrated it as well, but they didn't. There is no clear indication how do they count the 30 locations. So, and then how do I map I cannot just cut 30 kilometers off and then make it seems like the Ukrainians have taken this much territory, which they are not, because even the Ukrainians actually show videos or share videos. The pro-Ukrainian sources show the entrenched position of the Russian forces at Bucha. So that makes no sense, right? So similarly on this part, there is no clear indication that this entrenchment here by the Russians is actually wiped out. Nobody says. I didn't see anything, at least. So 70 kilometers, this area, am I supposed to believe that this amount of territory is now all fully Ukrainian control? I'm not sure. Then there's no blockade on Kiev anymore, right? If that's the case, then there is no siege of Kiev. So, is there a siege on Kiev, or is there no siege on Kiev? So, all this, the very vague kind of like, this is what Ukrainians always do. Their information is always in this way, in that direction. They are fighting in this direction, in that region, but there's never a specific, and without specific, I cannot map. That's the reason why my coverage is a bit special, because we try to map as much as we can, as accurately as we can, and we ignore all the small skirmishes that happen. Like they intercept a truck, the drone strike a convoy. This kind of thing is like, it doesn't matter unless you hold ground. So I just want to highlight about that. And then since I'm already talking about this, I might as well just tell you that there are Russian position according to the same pro-Ukrainian source, that there's Russian position at Berestyanka, as well as in Zheleznyska. So now this is 20 kilometers away from the capital. Let's say I give it more generously from the Asia, 34 kilometers or 30 kilometers. It's not a pushback by 70 kilometers. Like, this is just anyhow. Like, for example, okay, there's no more Russian convoy moving through here, so you can say what, I have pushed them back like 120 kilometers, 200 kilometers. So unless there's specific, I'm not going to update in the Ukrainian gains unless I have video evidence, photo evidence. Like, so now even on this side in Rubizny, they have a video of a single soldier in front of a building, talking something, saying that it's a joke. Rubizny is actually still in Ukrainian control. But then we have the Russian official defense ministry statement that their forces had already reached Lysychansk in the north, and then they are actually trying to wipe out the soldiers that are retreating from Rubizny. So who is telling the truth? Who do you think is telling the truth? Russian gives specific information, whereas the Ukrainian government have one guy talking in front of a camera, and I'm supposed to believe him. So you have to understand what is propaganda. So if they are just going to just show a single video and then just talk, and I'm supposed to believe, I'm sorry, then that is not. Unless you take the video, walk around, and then show the exact city within Rubizny, show all the forces already in position or whatever. Maybe there's something. Just one person talking, I'm sorry, that is not solid information. Similarly, for the counter-offensive here, there is allegedly they have taken the full of Voronezh, but I have no information of what exactly happened, other than they say they caught a group of the soldiers there. So I don't know. So unless there is no further information, then I may cut this, I may not. I will see how it goes. But of course, this shape does not always maintain this way, because this is what they formerly used, and the shape is just remaining there. Maybe I'll just remove them in a day or two, because I will start to feel that they are irrelevant. That's possible. So the last information I have of these two places is still under Russian control in just around 2-3 days ago. So this is how I operate. So as much as I can, I will update the best information that I have. But generally speaking, the Russians are focusing the fight purely on the Eastern Front and in Mariupol. So they seem very uninterested in the Mykolaiv region. So anyway, this is just the supposedly quick update about the Donetsk front, but I just want to address these other issues that are about the alleged counteroffensive by the Ukrainians in Kiev region and in Mykolaiv. Unless they're gonna do it just like the Russians, show off where they actually have conquered, I don't believe. So that's just how it is. So anyway, this is just a quick update from Defense Politics Asia, and I'll see you in the next update.